Hey guys, this is Light, and I have been spamming this new Cleave since the preseason of RTA, and it is absolutely insane. And I know it's the early season, but I have had so much success with this, it is actually like really unprecedented. Like, I beat almost every single player who is slower than me. And like, you know, last season we were spamming free run, and free run was still good, like from the start to the end of the season. So I'm sure things won't change too much, but yeah. And just to like show you guys how crazy it is, I do have some of the stats. Let me bring it up. So, this is my E7 GG. My Aube is 82% win rate. Most big unit. Like it's like this is pretty wild, no? And then like you can see here, like all the units I pick with her are super high win rate. Like this is crazy. Like not even like the free run on 3 draft I was spamming last season was this good. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. And if you want to give it a go, I would highly recommend it. It's super fun, and I will walk you through everything you need. So of course we need the Aube. So the way this draft works is that this is a draft that you only play into people who are slower than you. This is an opener that you want to pick when Harsteady is available, but not when Harsteady is not available because her base speed is not competitive. So yeah, with that said, we are not going to be pre-banning Harsteady, so we'll be fighting her or picking her usually, and that's perfectly fine. And a lot of people don't like picking Harsteady, and I'll go over why in a bit. So the way this works, we have a soul artifact on Aube, so we have 10 souls here, and then I pick this unit with other units who have 10 souls starting, like Biblis. She has Mouse Tie, so 10 plus 10 equals 20, therefore she can soul burn, and soul burning on this unit is absolutely insane. The other person doesn't get to play the game, they're literally in jail. And aside from Mouse Tie, I also have Aube on this artifact that gives you souls. Unfortunately, this is a very whale artifact and you need it max to give you souls guaranteed, but I bottled it 4 times and I don't regret it. It's really fun. But yeah, so we have Biblis on protection set because she's I don't want to be too committed to the cleave. I still want my units to function even if I don't cleave. But if you want to be committed to the cleave, I would recommend like 200 effectiveness, but otherwise I like being you know, flexible. And with this draft you have to pivot a lot. So yeah, I like something like this. Very tanky is nice. Protection set is important for staying alive against like stuff like Harsteady, and if people try to race you with Renek, etc. And I have my RBU super slow because the thing with the Aube is that her debuffs allow your slow units to take a turn guaranteed. So instead of like, you know, being the standard like 220 speed RB, I'm very slow, but I have nuclear damage to like just melt people when I take a turn. And then let's see what else do I pick. I pick RNL when I'm second pick. She's slow such that she will take the turn after my Aube because I don't want her going first. And oh sorry, I didn't even talk about this unit. If you want to play this cleave, I would highly recommend being at least a 300 speed, because the way this works is you're racing people slower than you. You're gonna be racing Mo U-Haul. The fastest unit you should be racing is Mo U-Haul and Salome, which are both like, you know, usually 290 speed, hopefully not 300. So yeah, I would recommend minimum 300. You don't need much effectiveness because you're gonna soul burn most of the time. But if they pick Billion, having a little bit is nice. And then besides that, I also pick DN. DN is her best partner for sure. You know, book holder. You can burn and then push everything back, and then seal everything too. And I like having ER because a lot of people will try to like debuff me to death with like Ludwig and stuff, but then if I'm ERDN, I'm just gonna beat them up. And of course, effectiveness is nice. And let's see what else. I also pick Ross quite a bit. Ross is slow with nuclear damage just like RB because he gets a turn for free because of Aube. And I know some people might be wondering, well, how do you deal with Harseti? Well, the thing is, I try to make the other person not want to pick Harseti. For example, um, I'll first pick Biblis, right? I'll also go through the flowchart. I have a flowchart too, so I'll first pick Biblis, and then whatever they pick, I'll follow up with like RB or Ross, and then Aube on 3, and then the thing is, you don't want to Harseti into this because like Harseti is bad against RB slash Biblis slash Ross. So the idea is that we're gonna be greedy. We're gonna pick an opener on 3, but our opener is perma stealth. She can't get out of stealth. And we also have 2 units that are strong against Harseti on our 1-2, so it highly discourages people from picking Harseti into us. And if they do, we will deal with it. Because this unit's crazy. But yeah, if you want to see gameplay, by the way, it's all over my YouTube channel. I'll upload more soon. And but yeah, that's the gist of it. And also, yeah, so we also stack souls, right? So if people try to go Harseti into us, we just counter pick them and beat them up. If people try picking Arya to counter our souls, they can't because we have 2 souls plus 2 from a mage, so we're guaranteed to have 4 souls so we can burn into Arya and kill her. And if they decide to pick Bellion, well, if they pick Bellion, we have RB to chop her up, we have Biblis to injure her, and we can just pick stuff like Emil Bologna to just beat her up. Like, it's super simple. I feel like I have a few draft examples here. Oh, I'm rank 1, by the way. Oh, she... There was one in particular. Oh yeah, this one. Right, so this one, this guy knows exactly what I'm doing, but we're just chopping him up, right? Like this guy, I've killed him like 20 times. He knows exactly what I'm trying to do, so he's going Bellion to deny my soul burn. But we don't need the soul burn to win. We're just gonna beat him up with our big Bologna pivot, and like RB's gonna one shot his whole team. And to be honest, I don't remember. I don't think I played any other game recently with Aube. Oh yeah, here's an example when we're second pick, and like yeah, we just stack soul burns and we murder people. I'll go through how the draft goes in a sec. But yeah, that is the gist of it. We stack soul artifacts and then we soul burn. The other person gets put in jail and then they die. It's super straightforward, and you I think the minimum requirements is having one of these. You don't need it maxed, and one of these. But yeah, that's enough yapping. Let me get into like the flowcharty bit of like how to draft the thing. And wait, actually I should talk about how to play the draft too. Wait, before we... Actually, I'll talk about how to play a draft later. Let's just go into the flowchart. So... Where's my flowchart? So this is ideally for when you are first pick, but you can play a second pick too if you want. It just won't be as good. So as first pick, we're going to pre-ban Scales and RNL because I don't want to pick Scales. I think she's weak when you don't pre-ban Harseti, and I don't want to pick RNL either because I'd rather have priority on Nodos. So if Nodos is available, we'll pick him, but he's usually banned, and if not, we'll go Biblis, and if Biblis is not available for some reason, we'll just go RB. Because basically, Nodos is, you know, he's OP, right? He's super OP. We had to pick him no matter what. And then we're gonna pick one of our soul artifacts, Biblis or RB. This is basically in order of priority. And then our next pick will be whatever we didn't pick already. And usually your 1-2 is gonna be Biblis and RB. You can take Ross as well, but I don't really like Ross as much anymore because RB is just way more fun and more damage. But yeah, it's usually Biblis plus RB because Nodos is pre-ban, and then your ban protect will be Aube. And then here's the part where it gets a little dicey. If the other person is picking like, you know, is picking like Emo Aria or Bellion or whatever, you kind of just pivot and just deal with it. I should put Bologna here. I'll get into like an actual example later, but yeah, if you want to cleave people, you just pick a book holder of choice. Because of the way this draft works, you don't have to pick double book holder on your 4-5 because you already have a soul burn from like your Aube and one of the soul artifacts, so this you only have to pick one mage last. Unless you're fighting Mo Aria, in which case you have to pick two. And then like it just depends. Like you can literally do whatever you want. Like every mage is good with Aube. I prefer these ones though. Like DN is perfect synergy with her. Counters all her counters with seals and damage. Emo Aura makes people not move. It's really fun. Rana can reset people. Yeah, a lot of options. And let's see. Let's actually see how this actually plays out. Let me bring up the drafter tool. Alright, so I need to zoom out. Okay, all good. So we're pre-banning. Okay, so we are first pick, and we're going to pre-ban RNL, and we're going to pre-ban Scales. And then let's assume we're fighting another turn 2 player because this is what this is what we pick against turn 2 players. So yeah, notice is pre-ban, so we're gonna pick Biblis, of course. And the turn 2 players, they like to go Arunka and Yuha every game. And then we'll go RB, then we'll go our Obi on 3. And then this is where there's a lot of variation. If the other person knows what's up, they're gonna try to be as cringe as possible, but you can just beat their cringe. But let's imagine they're clueless, because a lot of people will be clueless. They go like Aria or something. They go Aria, and then like, you know, they go Aria to counter your stupid soul burns, and then what? And then like what do people? People pick Moon Bunny into me a lot, but it's useless. And then yeah, they're like, oh, this guy can't soul burn because he doesn't have any mages. Well, that's where you surprise them, because you can actually soul burn because you have soul artifact, and then another soul artifact. So 3 units, it gives you 4 souls, and he can only ban 1, right? So you are guaranteed to soul burn into this, and then they're dead. Because they're like, ah, they didn't have souls. What are they gonna do? And then yeah, they're just dead, right? And the way you play this is that you have to, what you're banning Bellion, but you have to check Yuha's artifact at the start of the game. If she says Sword Storm, you skip your S2 and then you just burn your S3. But you know, if there's Bunny, you don't S2 anyway. But yeah, usually they're on Sword Storm. You have to skip your S2, you burn your S3, and then the entire team has aids and they get one shot by everything. And then done deal. Super straightforward. Now let's say it's not this easy. Let's say this guy got bullied. Let's say this guy got horribly bullied and he knows what's up. So let's say let's say this guy goes like Salome or something. This is a decently common draft. Say this is Ruel or something. Right, so let's say this guy, he goes Belly and Salome on the 3-4. So what you're gonna do, right? So this guy is aware. This guy is aware of your shenanigans, right? So what you're gonna do is that you're just gonna counterpick it. Bellion is very weak to Bologna no matter what, and she's also gonna die to RB. So yeah, you're just gonna murder people. And like they'll go Ruel or something to like save themselves. If they go Ruel, you can just ban Yuha. So yeah. So this is what you do when someone tries to counter your souls. You just counter pick them, right? Like Bologna hard beats Bellion. It's no competition. And you can still pick Dien into Bellion because Dien is basically immortal. She seals his whole team and then, you know, it does a lot of damage anyway. So yeah, and that's how you deal with a Bellion. But now let's say they're really onto you. They're gonna pick Harsetti because they're like screw you. So and they're gonna go like Harsetti Dark Corvus, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go Illinav to counter the Dark Corvus, and we're also gonna go Issaria because Dark Corvus literally cannot kill Issaria because of her Penres. So yeah, that's how it goes. And if for some reason you don't have Issaria, that is honestly so fine. You can just pick Illinav, and then you have to pick one more unit that doesn't die to this team because, okay, as crazy as this sounds, Aube does enough damage to. Aube makes you do a lot of damage. Like this unit does enough to like just murder this guy. Like you can even go Ross here or something. As long as you have another damage dealer, like Aube can like let you 3v4 this pretty easily actually. But yeah, like you just sack one of your damage dealers or you know, you just pick Issaria and then you can 3v4. Unless the only way Harsetti wins is as if she stuns your Aube every single turn. But that's very unlikely. But yeah, that's how you beat Harsetti. Harsetti is actually one of the easier matchups. And then there's also one more case. There's also one more case where someone's being a pest. They're like, screw you. I'm gonna cleave you. I'm gonna cleave you, right? And they go like Renak and Hecate. They go Renak and Hecate because you have RB. And honestly, like this is free, right? So Renak doesn't bridge her team. She's just trying to get a kill on you. And what you do, you just go Illinav to block her damage, and then you just yeah, you just go another unit to block her damage. You go like double mitigation, and then they're just gonna die. And it's safe to say they will just die. And you just go double mitigation and kaboom. It's doomed for them. And you might think that this is not enough damage, but Aube makes people do a lot of damage. Every time she presses her S2, you get 16,000 damage value from her cascade. So it is a lot of damage. Even if like it doesn't, like imagine he bans RB right after you pick 2 knights, like this team has enough damage to like murder this, right? So yeah, that is all the scenarios basically if you are first pick, or most of the common ones anyway. But yeah, that is how you deal with it. So now let's go to the second pick scenario. I don't recommend playing this draft as second pick, but if you really want to, go for it. And again, we cannot pick this when Harsetti is available, only pick it when she's not available. So for your 1-2, you have a lot of options. If they take Biblis, you're gonna go RNL plus RB if she's available. If RNL is not available, you just go RB plus U. But it's basically a priority, right? They take Biblis, you take RNL. If they take RNL, you go RB plus Arunka because you need Arunka to block RNL. If they go Arunka for some reason, you can just go Biblis plus RNL, up to you. It just depends what they pick. And then for your ban protect, you of course you go Aube, and you're gonna go Luna on 4. If you're going Luna on 4, Luna on 4 is almost always good. Although you need to you need to make sure you don't you know, don't pick Luna when there's RNL. If there's RNL on the other side, you probably have to pick Christie to make sure your Aube gets a turn. And then yeah. Then you just pick whatever on your last pick, depends what you need. If the other person is slowing down, you pick a mage. If the other person is, you know, trying to murder you, you just pick whatever is good for the situation. There's a lot you can pick here. Like it's very, you can be very creative. Aube is good with everything that can slow burn. But yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. And then of course we'll do a draft real quick. So we're gonna reset everything, and then let's say we are second pick, we're going to pre-ban Nodos, and we're going to pre-ban Scales. And then let's say this guy is a standard player like us. He's gonna pre-ban very similar to us, and then he's gonna pre-ban that, and he's gonna be like, I want to pick Biblis. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down the list. We're gonna pick RB because he's our soul holder. Then we're going to pick Yuha. Why not? Why not? Why not? And then what do these people even pick? I'm not sure. And then let's say this guy's a little pest. Let's say this guy's a little pest. He's gonna go as Dell. Just cause like he hates you. And then do people play free run anymore? I actually don't know what people pick. Let's say he goes as Dell free run. This was pretty standard last season. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go Aube. And we'll go Aube, and then we're gonna go Luna. Luna, so we have to pick a mage here, so we're not weak to MO Aria. Yeah, so we pick a mage here, right? And we pick a mage here, and then excuse me, yeah, we pick a mage here because MO Luna has the least weaknesses of a mage. And let's say this guy is like on survival mode, he's like, oh my god, let's pick Ruel or something. And then like let's pick a Bellion to stop his soul burn. And of course we're gonna ban the Bellion. And our last pick can be anything. I love DN. I'll pick DN every single time. So yeah, we can go DN. You can also, yeah, because like it seems very passive based, so we're gonna go DN, we're gonna ban Bellion, and he's going kaboom. Alright. Because like, what, you're gonna ban DN, and then you have all of this to murder this with, so yeah, they're just dead, right? Like you're gonna kill this guy's entire team because he's sealed, and then Ruel is gonna revive free run, and you're gonna be in a 2v4, and then you're just gonna kill free run, right? Because you have cascade damage still. And like Aube cycles her S2 really quickly. She also has skill null, so she doesn't die to free run. But yeah, you just run them down. Pretty simple. But also important to note, I have a very slow tanky protection set Luna, so like she won't die. But yeah, that's how you're gonna play second pick it typically. Now let's say but yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, let's say they don't want to back down. Let's say I know, okay, a lot of people like to do this. They like to go Zio. For some reason they like to go Zio, and they like to go Ludwig whenever they're threatened. And then what we do, right? What we're gonna do is we have a stealth unit. We have a stealth unit, right? So we just stop his bridge, and our super fast stealth unit is just gonna beat him up. So we can go like Bellion ourselves, and then we're gonna go like Black Yuffie to stop his CR push, and then he can't do anything, right? He has a ban Bellion, and then the Ludwig won't be able to cut because of Yuffie, and then Aube is gonna debuff his whole team, and then he goes poof. So yeah, that is a thing. Oh wait, sorry, this was a better example when we were first picked, whoops. But yeah, you get the gist of it. There's also another example where let's say this guy is gonna let's say this guy is going to pick maybe RNL first, or maybe he picks like Arunka. I don't know what's popular, to be honest. Well, let's say he goes Arunka first, and then RNL is available, so we're gonna pick RNL, and then we're gonna pick like Biblis because it's available, and then this guy is gonna go like Yuha and Arya. And at this point, I don't recommend picking Aube because she's gonna be decently weak to Bellion. Like, you can't pick Luna here, you can't pick Dian here because of this thing. She's gonna be way too weak to Bellion. I don't recommend it, but you can if you want. You definitely can if you want. I would rather pick like Fumir plus Ross or something. Like, this is the draft state where Aube does not really win unless the other person has no idea what they're doing. But let's say you really want to play this, just go Luna. And obviously they're gonna go Bellion. And they're also gonna go Harseti. And this is not the end of the world if you just ban Bellion. It's not the end of the world because, like, you know, this team is reliant on turn order. And you're like, whatever, right? So it just kind of depends. And then of course your last pick is gonna be Dian. Dian's really OP. Oh, sorry, Dian's over here. But yeah, like this is also playable if you want, but it's a bit harder to win. Like, for example, if Arya goes first and punches your souls away, you're gonna be in kind of a pickle. But it's playable, but I would way rather go Fumir. But up to you. That's why I don't recommend this as second pick, but up to you. So yeah, anyway, I think that's about it. Yeah, we went over the units, how to build them, the flowchart, and some draft examples. I think that's about it. Wait, I'll go over my... Actually, I didn't go over my stats very well. I'll go over like my most picked units for this draft. So we play Aube a lot. Top speed, some effectiveness. Make sure she takes first turn if you're picking RNL. I pick Biblis a lot. We go protection set to make sure we're flexible. Minimum 100 effectiveness with her buff. Mandatory mouse tie. RB is triple torrent max damage with this artifact, so he can give us souls. Ross is also slow max damage, so he can murder people. And then Dian, yeah, Dian's ER, so we can reverse cleave people really easily. Like, we never get debuffed. Yeah, that's about it. I don't think I'd pick anything else that much. And like, if we had to pick stuff like Aura, no, Aura is max damage. Arowana is max effectiveness. If you, I also have a stats video if you want to check it out. If there's anything that you want to see that I'm missing here, but yeah, that is about it. The draft is really fun. There's a lot of creative potential. You can experiment with a whole bunch of book holders, but I just stick with the good stuff. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Have fun. And I'll see you guys next time.